student. Today we will read class 12th class Flamingo books poem An Elementary School Classroom in Slum. An elementary school classroom in a slum. This is poem which is composed by Stephen Splendor. Dear student, Splendor is a social reformer. He always used in his poem about the social injustice. We will see in this poem he has concentrated on theme of the social injustice and the inequality in the society. Before going to read detail of this poem, it is very necessary for us to write down some key words of this poem. First, gusty मीन्स होता है ब्लोइंग इन गस्ट्स, यानी बहुत तेजी से चलना, जैसे हवा तेजी से चलती है. गस्ट इज ब्लोइंग इन द गस्ट, तेजी से चलना. विट्स अनडिजायर्ड प्लांट्स, यानी अनवांटेड थिंग्स. इन द सेंस ऑफ दिस पोएम पोएट यूज हेयर. पार्लर मीन्स पेल फेस. A man or a student whose face is look very pale, you can say he is suffering from the jaundice, a kind of the disease. Stunt, dry tree, a tree which above person has been broken and it to be dry, you can say ठूंठ. पेड़ का जो ऊपर भाग कट जाता है ठूंठ हो जाता है. Twisted मीन्स अल्टर्ड इन द शेप, यानी जिस शेप में है उसको मुड़ जाना. ग्नाल्ड मीन्स नॉटी, ए काइंड ऑफ डिजीज. यू कैन से द गठिया रोग, यानी जोड़ों में दर्द होने लगता है. दिस डिजीज कॉल्ड द ग्नाल्ड. स्टाइली मीन्स होता है क्लेवरली, चतुराई से किसी बात को रखना. क्रॉम्प्ड, स्मॉल एंड क्राउडेड, एक छोटे से जगह में बहुत सारे लोग बैठते हैं. दैट प्लेस इज कॉल्ड द क्रॉम्प्ड. स्लैग मीन्स वेट, कूड़ा करकट, गंदी चीजों को इकट्ठा करना. ब्लोट, रिमूव, हटाना. एज्योर यानी ब्लू, ब्लू कलर. यू विल सी detail of these meanings in which sense poet used in the poem. Now dear student, you will read our poem An Elementary School Classroom in Slum. The first line of this poem is, far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces like root weeds, the hair torn round their parlor, the tall girl with her weight down, the paper seeming boy with the right eyes, the stunt unlucky air on twist bones, recitings of Father Great Disease, his lesson from the desk, at back of the dim class, One unnoted, sweet and young, the eyes live in a dream of quarrels give in the tree room other than this. In the first stanza, poet describes that on the miserable conditions of children of the slum and the inadequate educational facilities provided to them. The poem talks of the slum and the inadequate educational facilities provided to them. In the first stanza, poet describes the miserable conditions of the children. The faces of children are unlike the usual children of the school. Instead of being joyful and energetic, they are like rootless weeds. The children have pale faces and torn and scattered hair all over their faces, like rootless weeds. A thin boy is compared to a paper, just as weeds are not wanted in the garden, so are these children of the slum unwanted in the society. Poet, look, there is a tall young girl who looks very slim, has her head bowed down as though she is exhausted physically because of malnutrition and emotionally because of poverty. The other students of the class are also in the same situation. Poet wanted to say that the stunt boy with the twisted bones sitting in the slum classroom is the unlucky heir. ये बताना चाहते हैं कि ये स्टंट बॉय जो अभागे बच्चे हैं ये अनलकी हैं. ही हैज़ इनहेरिटेड डिफॉर्मिटी ऑफ द स्क्नेडर डिजीज, क्योंकि उन्हें अधिकार स्वरूप पेरेंट्स की डिजीज उन्हें मिली हुई है. द स्टंटेड बॉय हैज inherited the disease and despair of his parents and has become a carrier of his father's disease and poverty. He is reciting his lesson in the class from his desk. One unnoted sweet and young dreamer, one unnoted sweet and young dreamer who dreams about a squirrel's game is sitting at the back of the dim class. He is dreaming of his future. Now we will read second stanza of this poem. The first line is, the on sour creams walls donations Shakespeare's head cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities, build flowery trolleys valley, open-handed map, awarding the words its word, and yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with a fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves, and stars of the words. In the second stanza, poet want to describe the physical appearance of the dirty classroom. On the walls are displayed and names of the people who have given donation. The bust of Shakespeare is displayed in the clear background of the sky. Walls have pictures of the beautiful Taylor's Valley as well as a map of the world. The children's eyes can only view a narrow road enclosed with a dull sky. It is quite a dreary and depressed place for the children. Poet says that this situation is very quiet and dreary and depressing place for the children. In that situations, how poor children develop their personality. Now we will read third stanza of this poem. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves, and stars' words. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun, and love tempting them to steal. For lives that silly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to the endless night on their slag heap, these children wear skin peeped through by bones and spectacles of the steel with the mended glass like bottles beat one state. All their times and space are the foggy slum, so blot their maps with the slums as the brick dome. In this stanza, poet seems very depressed and he suddenly becomes aggressive and feels that Shakespeare's figure may be wicked for the poor student. This is because these examples misleads the children. He shows them a beautiful word of the ship, sun, and love, which is not only unreal for them but had the corrupting influence on these children and instigated them to steal and try to escape from the cramped holes. Their existence is indeed very sad. These emaciated children are so thin that it appears that they are wearing only skins. The spectacles they are wearing have glass which has been broken and mended. Their entire appearance reeks of their deprivation. The poet shows his outrage by suggesting that the maps on their walls should show huge slums instead of the beautiful scientific graphics which has been painted on the graph. That's are surely maybe bad example for these poor students. In the last stanza, poet says that unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their life like catacombs break, break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into the books, the white and green lips open history there whose language is the sun. In this stanza, poet reveals the truth that there can be no change for the better unless a governor, a school inspector, or an educationist or a visitor comes to the school. The maps in their classroom is the only medium for the children to view the world outside their slum. The windows of their classroom shut them and confined them to their world of poverty and helplessness. The poet next appeals to those people who are in power to liberate these slum children from the horrendous and gory life that they are leading. He also appeals the people themselves to break open these windows which appear to have sealed the fate of these children. He would like to see these children bask in the educational facilities in this world and run carefree on the golden sands and enjoy a new lease of life and freedom. The poet earnestly desired that each and every child should be able to enjoy an fundamental right to freedom. They should have access to all kinds of the books, new as well as old. They should also be able to learn from nature around them. Here poets give a positive note as he expresses his belief that people who are ignited by the spirit of knowledge and learning are the ones who create history. It is the moral liability of everyone to break barrier between the have and the have nots and give a meaningful education to all. For history, remember only those people who are educated and have enlightened themselves for a better world. Dear student, you will read in this poem how Stephen Splendor wanted to improve the child's life which is living who are living in slum area and what are their condition too. Dear student, look this poem. Poet used very literary device. He used images and symbols a lot of this poem. Look like gusty waves, paper swimming boy, rootless seeds, twisted bones are the examples of the images and symbols which are used in this poem. We also look another stanza, sour cream walls, Trolley Hills Valley, ships and sun, bottles beat on stone, Shakespeare's head, open-handed map, cramped holes, gold sands are also the example of images and symbols which are used in this poem. Dear student, when you observe, then you will easily find that in this poem poet used alliterations also, where he will write far from gusty waves, bottle weights, surely Shakespeare's, or these words are repeat again and again for the examples of the alliteration. We also look, he used the poetic technique to use simile also. We will look like rootless seeds, like catacombs, like bottles beads on the stones, slum as big as dome are the examples of simile which are used in this poem. Dear student, we will find poet use the metaphor in this poem. We will find examples, rat's eyes, squirrel's game, open-handed map, lead sky, sleek heap, spectacles of steel, white and green liveries, leaves open, father's great disease, tree room, futures painted with the fog, cramped hole, where skin peeped through the bone, let their tongues run naked into the books, are all examples of the use of the metaphors in this poem. At the last, I want to say that poet only want to appeal that person who is able, intellectual and rich man, they should help this type of the poor students for their better life. Thank you.